welcome. David O Donoghue is my name from DOD Fitness. I work as an online fitness coach and I also work full-time in law enforcement. And today I'm just going to go through a few items that PatrolStore have kindly gifted to me. I'm going to give it an honest, in-depth review so that you have full confidence when you're choosing your products that are going to meet your needs for whatever kind of background and work you're currently doing. So let me start and get stuck in, and I'll give you an in-depth analysis as we go through it. Now, if we start off firstly, I'd like to go through one of the backpacks that they've given me. I can honestly say I was excited to receive these products and I look forward to reviewing them for your benefit. So let's go through one of the products that PatrolStore have given me, and this would be their Operation Zulu Assault Pack 40 litre day pack. Now this is how it comes when you receive it out of the box. It's in a simple plastic packaging and it's compact down as well. You can see tags are still on it, and I'm just going to unpack it and then I'm going to go through some of the features of it for you. So here it is out of its packaging. You can see it's very compact in size and it has a number of different features to it. First and foremost, what I want to bring your attention to is on this backpack we have a carabiner that came with it, and you can see that it loops in here to the back of this compartment, but there is more places you can actually loop it into. You have a choice here down there, you have a choice up here, and then you also have options on each side of the rucksack. So you can see there's plenty of loops there and plenty of places you can loop something, make it a bit more useful in terms of carrying more items. So that's what I really like about it first and foremost. What I also like about it is the padding in the straps. So we have our two over the shoulder padding here. You can see it's quite comfortable. And then it's got some back padding here for added comfort, which also has a compartment attached to it. So if you look in here, you can see there is a ton of space with it. We also have a little compartment here that gives you access to the main compartment. So that comes down on a Velcro strapping and then it tucks in nicely. Further down, we can see we have another padding here that goes around the waist, and as you can see it clips in here as well. So when this is on, we have that comfort strapping that goes across our waist, but we also have a chest strap as well. So that's going to give us extra support when we're carrying a heavier load in this rucksack. Flipping it back around, we can see there is compression straps on the side. So if, for example, you're packing a heavy load and you're going traveling, you can actually clip these together and pull them nice and tight to bring it down into more compact as best as possible. You can also see in the top here, we have a Velcro strapping where you can attach anything you like to it that has a Velcro backing, and this just came with it as well. So you can see it attaches on there perfectly. Now, let me go through the first compartment here on the back. It's the bigger of the two, and I'll just give you a look inside to see just how much space is in it. So inside here you can see that there's plenty of space here, and we also have an inner compartment here, and then also we have a smaller compartment on the front, and then there's space here for pens and pencils. So quite a lot of space in there, and then the zipping is quite heavy duty as well. So it doesn't quite feel like it's going to be brittle or that they're going to come off. Over time they actually feel quite sturdy, and you can see just how much space is in that there. So if I was to fill that out, you can just get an idea of that. Now onto the smaller top compartment. As you can see in there, there's no other pockets on the inside. It is literally just somewhere else that's about half the size of the one down here. And again, that just gives you an idea of what kind of space you'd be looking at in there too. Now, as we can see here, this rucksack and its two main compartments that are split separately. One is slightly smaller than the other, but I'll just go through exactly what the difference in that spacing is. This one here in the middle is probably a bit more practical for something like a laptop. So if I open it out and give you a look inside, just to give you an idea of what that spacing looks like. We can see here there's a small compartment, and then also on the front there's a netting that's split into two smaller compartments as shown. So there's quite a good bit of space in there, but it would probably be most suitable for things like carrying laptop. So again, just to give you a side view on that, you can see just how much space there is for a 40-litre backpack and the benefits of that. Pull nice and snug. So if you had a couple of days of traveling, for example, and you wanted to really pack this in, this would be a very good option. And because this backpack is 40 litres, it's going to meet the requirements for a carry-on size. So you can see just how versatile it is. You can compress it down for a smaller trip, or you have the expansion of it for a bigger trip. Now, let me talk about the main compartment because it is quite spacious, and I'm just going to show you just how comparable it is to the other smaller compartment in the middle. So if I lay it down flat and unzip it the whole way, you'll see it opens out like a little suitcase. And this is the kind of space we're looking at on the inside. If I just move the underneath straps away and lay it out flat to give you a better idea, you can see there's quite a lot of room in here. So on this side here, there's no other inner compartments. It's literally just this netting, and you can see it's quite small. You might want to put maybe some documents in there, for example, but that's just on the one side of it. And then over to the other side here, we actually have an inner zip compartment. So again, there's a little zip here that opens out, but the compartment itself is quite small. So my hand is only just about deep in there. That's just how far it goes down on the inside. So it would be better if it was the whole way down, but unfortunately it's only down to this part here. As I was saying, there is an outer flap here that comes with Velcro, and this leads into the inner compartment then. So on the top of the rucksack there's also a carry handle, so you can grip it by that as shown. Other than that, I'll just put it on. I'll give you guys a look at how it is on me. And if I was to buckle them up, it's going to show you that it does give that much more support if you're carrying heavy loads. So the chest strap is there. It is adjustable. You can make it tighter if you want by just pulling on the strap and having it just suited to what you would like in terms of comfort. And then the waist one, similarly, it comes in and it buckles into place, and you can tighten it either side to what suits you better. So that is it tied up, and that is how it would sit on you. So, having used the Operation Zulu 40-litre backpack for the last while, I can definitely recommend it to anyone who might be interested in purchasing it. What I'm going to go through now is my honest review on its uses and how I found it operationally in the field. Firstly, I want to talk about the actual quality of the backpack. It is made of a very durable, tough wearing quality, and this actually has a feature of the element of waterproofness. The reason it does that is because I actually had this out in the open when it was raining and nothing in the actual backpack got wet. It didn't have the same kind of reaction to the rain like any other backpack might, where you might see it being absorbed into material. This actually stayed relatively dry and nothing, like I said, inside it got damaged or got wet. Next thing is the durability aspect of it. So the zips are fairly heavy duty, as are the zip themselves. And even after all the opening and closing, bringing the bag everywhere with me, none of them actually got damaged. And there was never an issue with opening and closing the bag either. It wasn't getting caught on the lining of the bag. It was very easy to use. And overall, I think it was very practical for what I actually needed it for. So in terms of practicality, in this compartment here, I was able to store things like my biros, my pencils, and any other small bits of equipment that I had to carry with me on my shift. Up here then was great because I was able to store medical related equipment, bandages, plasters, and anything else I might have needed when I'm out on shift, such as hand sanitizer and sanitizing wipes. Then in this middle compartment here, I was able to carry a laptop, and that's quite useful for working on the go as well. And if, for example, you had other jobs to do that you needed an access to an electronic device, it was a great place to store it. Then in the main compartment, it was actually quite useful to store other kit and equipment in there as well. Namely, I was able to store a waterproof jacket, particularly as the bad weather is setting in, and also a fleece to help me keep warm on the night shift. I can honestly say this bag is definitely value for money. Right now, for less than £40, you're getting a heavy duty, durable, versatile rucksack that really packs a lot into it. I've even used this outside of work for trips away. I went for a long weekend and this bag really handled it well. I was able to pack so much into it to cover all the weekend, including my clothing and toiletries, and bring back some gifts from it as well. It's also perfect size for me when I go traveling, and that I will be safe knowing that this will fit in an overhead compartment on an airplane, for example, because of its size and the carrying capacity. So if you're someone that is looking for a rucksack that has both the capabilities to operate well for you at work and also on your time off if you're traveling, this is the backpack for you. So guys, I hope you found that review useful, and when it comes to buying a product, you will have full confidence on making sure it is the right fit for you. I want to extend my gratitude as well to PatrolStore for providing the product to me, and as always, I look forward to getting your feedback on it and if you get use from it too. And with that, I would really appreciate any support that comes to my page. You can find me online on DOD Fitness. As I said, I'm an online coach, but I work in full-time in law enforcement, but I'm there to help people in that particular niche market as well as other emergency services workers.